You know,
What's going on, man?
I'm a little
Frank Starfire.
nice to meet you.
And, I'm a simple guy, and I live my life by really simple means, you know what I mean? And, I live by simple mottos and credos and phrases and everything, because it works for me, you know what I mean? Lately, I've adopted a new
Hey, what's going on, y'all? It's your boy Frank Starfire, and this here is the Just to Be Frank podcast. What's going on? I appreciate y'all for joining me as ever. Man, listen, there's a lot going on right now, and I'm actually going to break that down in a whole separate video because I'm about to start bringing y'all the top 10 things that are pissing off Frank Starfire for the week, and that's going to be a new segment we're going to start doing pretty damn soon because, quite frankly, there's a lot of shit that's pissing me off. I'm getting messages and shit. Don't worry about that. You know what I mean? But either way, listen, there's a lot going on as far as, with COVID and other shit, but that's neither here nor there. But the one thing I will certainly touch on, actually, there's two things because they kind of intertwine. I was watching Drink Champs last week, and he had on Miss Jones, former R&B diva and host of the morning show on Hot 97 back in the days. Now, the reason that's important to me is because Miss Jones is always going to have a whole special place in my heart, man, because Miss Jones let me actually air out my girlfriend after I broke up with her, or she broke up with me, and I was kind of hurt. So she let me air her out on Hot 97. Everybody heard that shit, and that shit was fucking hilarious. All right. So I'll never forget her for that, and I'll always appreciate her for that. Beyond that, I loved her voice. I love how she sounded on radio. She was built for fucking morning radio. She was built for radio, period. And the truth is, I fucking hate Star and Buck Wild. Always did. I always hated Star. Ever since the first time I heard his fucking voice, I just did not like that man. But Miss Jones always holds a special place in my heart. So it was good to see her back, getting her flowers on Drink Champs. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to Nori for putting together one of the dopest podcasts out there. Where, to give praise and all praise due to those legends of our genre of hip hop, man, that go unsung. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate him for that. Now, all that goodwill is great. But then you flip side to this snarky little bitch, Wendy Williams. So let me tell you about this bitch, man. Now, look, unless you've been living under a rock, you know who the fuck Wendy Williams is. And I'm going to tell you right now, personally, for me, I have always found her to be one of the most detestable human beings on fucking earth. Period, point blank. I have never liked Wendy Williams. I don't agree with anything she fucking says. If there's one person in the world that I can genuinely say, I don't like that person, it's Wendy fucking Williams. All right. And the reason I'm so harsh about Wendy Williams, and granted, it's probably one of Miss Jones' best friends, ironic. Wendy Williams had a segment recently where she was very incredulously and snarkily talking about some young fella with no context other than, he's got this many TikTok followers more than me, and like all this slick shit she talking. And then at the end of it, the bitch gonna say, yeah, well, he was murdered this morning. Like, yo, mad flippantly, no regard for any type of feelings about what that young man's family and friends might be going through, just flippant snark bullshit. Now, as a snarky motherfucker with an attitude, look, I tell you what, I'm all right with being honest and talking shit and telling it like it is. But I'm not okay with is going out of your fucking way to be a bitch to people. You know what I'm saying? I'm not with going out of your way to be an asshole. You know what I'm saying? And in that moment, she was a fucking asshole. You know what I mean? Wendy Williams is like I said, she's one of the most detestable human beings on fucking earth. And because her entire business is that gossipy bullshit. And you know what? I really don't have any truck for it. I have no use for it whatsoever. So I don't deal with gossip. I don't go with gossip and innuendo. Or here on the Just to Be Frank podcast, we talk facts. Nothing but. You know what I'm saying? If I fuck up, I have no problem telling you I fucked up. You know what I'm saying? If I feel a certain way, I'm going to tell you I feel a certain way. Now, what are the rules on this show? Be honest, be yourself, have fun, don't take anything personally. Those are the rules. Only rules I follow. Now, for you, the viewer, of course, the only rule is if it don't apply, let it fly. But if you take offense, I'm talking to you. Then it's a you problem and not a me problem. You figure out why you took offense. I don't care, honestly. With that said, we don't make, I definitely ain't gonna ever be up on here talking bad about anybody that done passed. And I certainly ain't going to equate them to nothing more than some fucking TikTok numbers and Instagram followers and shit like that. Because if that's how vapid and shallow your fucking world is, then I don't know what the fuck is wrong with you, and you need some serious fucking help. So for the first time ever, the Just to Be Frank podcast is going to provide her with the motherfucking #1 finger salute. Fuck you, bitch. There you go. Courtesy of Frank Starfire. Come at me, huh? Word up. On to better things. What else we got, man? I got coffee. I'm chilling. About to have my boy Mike Mcfly up in this motherfucker. We're going to talk a whole bunch of cool shit. I ain't gonna lie, some of it might make some of you motherfuckers a little angry out there, because we're gonna be touching on one of the topics that I have personally kind of shied away from, just because my thoughts can be kind of out there and maybe a little bit mean-spirited. I don't think they are, but the truth is, it is what it is. So we're gonna be talking about religion, or his lack thereof. And the dynamic of him living in a home with his wife, who happens to be a firm believer in the Bible and everything. So it's a very interesting dynamic that I want to explore. So that's why I invited him on. Beyond that, he is indeed trained firearms expert. Okay, he's a military veteran. He's also a cancer survivor. He's a chef and an EMT, ironically. The man wears many hats, so it should be a very interesting conversation, man. I can't wait for that. In the meantime, what we're going to do is talk a little bit more about some of the other crap that's going on. NBA Finals is up there. Shout out to Chris Paul and Giannis Antetokounmpo and their respective teams, the Bucks and the Suns, for making it all the way to the NBA Finals. Obviously, I'm a Knicks fan. I don't give a shit. But shout out to them, man. They play hard, you know what I'm saying? But it's funny. Like, this has been one of the weirdest NBA seasons I can remember, at least as far as like the playoffs and finals. Like, in the last 10 years, no LeBron, no Kawhi, Kevin Durant done got sent home. Like, there's a lot. Like, this has been one of the most interesting finals that I can remember. Going back all the way to the 90s Bulls and Knicks teams and all that, man. This has been a very interesting year. So I enjoyed it. I can't lie. I've enjoyed it. And as ever, if you could do me a favor, and of course, if you like what you hear, of course, hit the like button. Definitely hit that subscribe button. Hit that little bell notification so you can be notified when I drop new content. Hit me up in the comments. Let me know, of course, what you want to hear, what you want to see, anything you'd like me, any topics you'd like me to touch on, anything you'd like me to list out, anything you'd just like to hear me riff on and talk about. Let me know. Holla at me. I'm always responsive. I like talking to people. You know what I'm saying? This is my lifeblood here. I'm trying to get these subscribers up so I can get this bread up. I need the bread. I got bills to pay. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to have a family. Yeah? help a brother out. You know what I mean? So yeah, definitely do that. And I do appreciate all my subscribers, and I do appreciate you all. Reach out to me in the comments. Let me know exactly what you think about what's going on. Even if it's just to tell me that I'm a fucking asshole. I'm okay with that. Also, head on over to xanthines.com. I'll put a link right there. It's also going to be in the description of the video, but head on over to xanthines.com and my homegirl Tamika Anthony, and she's got some of the most awesome all-natural products you'll ever be able to experience. And if you use the code STARFIRE, that's STARFYRE, at checkout, you get a discount on your first order. So shout out to Xanthines Cafe and Tamika Anthony for hooking me up with that. That's my gift to y'all. You know what I mean? We good. And I appreciate you as ever. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a quick pause for the cause. I'm gonna sip some coffee, a little bit of whiskey, some water perhaps, roll a joint, and I'll be right back with my homeboy Mike Mcfly on the Just to Be Frank podcast. We appreciate y'all as ever. One. Hey y'all, welcome back. This is your boy Frank Starfire. This is the Just to Be Frank podcast. With me is my homeboy Mike McFly Jones, ladies and gentlemen. Give it a round of applause. Oh my God, it's
What up? What's going on, baby?
I'm chilling, good brother. I can't complain, man. Listen, I mean, shit. Listen, I've known you since what, high school, junior high school, some shit like that.
Yeah, you went to the Deuce, right?
No, I was in 72.
I went to the Deuce. So
yeah. Okay, so Jack.
So it was high school.
Jack.
Jack. Yeah.
We met at Jack.
So
All right.
Like the whole family met at Jack, baby.
The whole family met at Jack. We all somehow met at Jack. Even when most of us didn't go there all the time, we met at Jack.
Exactly. I didn't fit in for class that much.
I cut every
year. I had to repeat freshman year because I cut after we came in for third period because we had started that 3 to 10 bullshit.
Right.
So I came in for third period and I was gone by like 7th period at the arcade down on Linden and 197 Poppy's old pizzeria spot.
Yeah, that's no longer there.
It's not there no more.
Not there anymore. It broke my heart.
They tore it down. He sold it years back and then they tore it down.
Well, I know there's a Burger King on Linden now.
Mm-hmm.
They got a fucking Burger King on Linden. They won't put no health food in the hood, but they'll fucking put a Burger King and
yeah, we can't get a fucking farmers market we got is the one on Jamaica Avenue, if that still even exists.
If that's still, well, I mean, it's there, but
literally should be a farmers market, and I believe like in every single neighborhood there should be a farmers market. And a community garden.
Right. But you know what happened? The problem with that is the community has to take care of the garden. And some people in the community will.
Niggas is lazy.
Niggas
is lazy.
As Charlamagne the God always say, niggas gonna nig.
Exactly. And that's what like even when my daughter lives at in Astoria, they have a community garden right now, not too far from where the projects are.
Right.
But guess who mainly inside the garden taking care of it?
Yeah.
They motherfuckers looking like us.
Yeah, well,
exactly. Looking at us probably gonna be in there trying to grow some weed in there behind the fucking tomato bush.
Which, okay, to be fair, is not a bad thing, you know.
They did it on Black Jesus, and then they had the merge of the tomato with the marijuana. I don't know if you ever watched Black Jesus.
I have, but that show is very strange to me. You know, it's funny
because it pisses Christians off. That's why I love it.
Oh, well, not only that, but I like, you know, as I always say, I be watching Joe Rogan a lot. I've learned a lot about psychedelic drugs from that cat and the people he has on. I didn't know about the Amanita muscaria or whatever the fuck you call it, mushroom. And then when I think back to all the Christmas cards I used to have, they had the red mushroom with the white dots on it, the Mario mushroom, basically.
Yeah.
All right. So that is basically apparently the origins of Santa Claus.
Why do you think Mario gets the illusion that he can fly? He's on fire.
I mean,
he's jumping and he's growing.
We were kids. We were kids. We didn't know that about that.
He's fucking high out of his mind. Mario's high.
Mario's definitely high. This motherfucker always fighting dinosaurs and cloud people.
You gotta be on some fucked up drug that you keep going to save the same bitch that keeps getting kidnapped by the same motherfucker over and over and over and over again. Like, bro, you're literally like the definition of Captain Saberho.
He was the first. He was the first.
And
he started on Donkey Kong at that.
He light skinned. So he makes you light skinned brothers look bad. You're making you khaki colored Negroes look bad.
He's Italian, number one. he's Italian, so that don't count.
Depends on what part of Italy
you're
from.
All right.
If you're from Sicily, then he's
all right. That counts because you know I count Italians as black folk or at least melanated people. Yeah. You know, but what really prompted this was you know, I posted some young lady who was completely disparaging religion. Now, full disclosure, Frank has never fucked with religion in its endeavors at all. Like, I was actually baptized at 8. I was baptized right there at Grace Church on Jamaica Ave.
Yeah.
And I still don't know what the fuck that means.
Bro, you know how many times I've been baptized?
Oh, shit. It didn't take, apparently. What the fuck? What, did you just go around and collect baptismal papers? Like, what the fuck?
I mean, a lot of them had to do with girls.
Okay.
So, but
wait, you let girls talk you in? You let girls talk you into getting baptized?
Hey, bruh. Andre got me baptized. My wife got me baptized. And I ain't never left that woman alone.
You tell her I'm giving her this face right here. You tell her she's getting this face.
Bro,
right
like,
here.
but like when it comes, like, for me, like, I tried the religion thing. Even growing up, I always had a difficulty with religion because I'm more of a person where, like, I need to
question,
see it, feel it, study it, research it, like, find something that shows that it's real.
Right. I
and
want
for me, and then for me, when I look at religion, you know, and not to knock anyone's religion, because all you motherfuckers with a religion are batshit crazy. But for the main focus, the main religion, like, you know, let's hit the nail on fucking Christianity. You know what I'm saying? The biggest dicks in the religion world. One of the youngest of the religions, but still some of the biggest dicks. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I feel a lot of times it contradicts, like, the religion itself is based off of fear, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah.
And this is my opinion. That you don't have to like it. Nobody has to like it. I don't give. You can be in my inbox. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. But in my opinion, and this black man's opinion, your religion is based off of fear.
Yeah.
If I don't believe and I die, I go to hell.
Right.
If I do believe and it's none of this shit is real, then the fuck out.
Right.
Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. Oh well, at least no. Enjoy your fucking life. There's too many restraints on what you can and can't do because you're supposed to just to get into heaven. Like,
well, I think a large part of it is they're not being truthful with themselves or with others. Like, they don't allow you the realization, like, all right, so a lot of this is based off of psychedelic experiences. Like, we was drunk and high all the time and figured it out. Like, I always questioned it in things like, all right, what made more sense?
You think the motherfuckers in the Old Testament wasn't on some type of shit?
Well, think about it like this. Again,
Abraham took his son up to the top of the mountain to go kill him. He had to be high.
Well, like this, I always think of it like this. What makes more sense? That Moses went up on a mountain and a bush started burning and he spoke to God, or he ate something that had latent dimethyltryptamine and spoke to God? You know what I'm saying? Like, that makes more sense to me. That maybe he was hungry, he wound up eating some weed or a mushroom and tripped balls and spoke to God and came down on some old, yo, y'all ain't gonna believe this.
Exactly. So it's just like, I don't knock no one's religion. I can sit here and I can have a peaceful conversation with anybody that's any religious background. Because if you look at all religions, they're all exactly the same fucking thing.
They really are.
The names of who their deities are. They all have every religion has a Messiah.
Yep.
And even when you read some of the main religions, the Torah, the Quran acknowledges both Abraham and Jesus.
Right.
Not as prophets and the Messiah, but they still acknowledge their existence. And I think it's somewhere in the Quran they had a conversation sitting on the mountaintop having a conversation.
Right. Now, from my understanding, the Quran is more of a historical text than a religious tome, but it can be used for the religion itself. But from my understanding, it's supposed to be a historical text, which I guess makes some sense, right?
But then again, then that's the Bible as well. The Bible is historical writings of shit that's happened that someone else wrote down hundreds of years later.
Hundreds of years
they were writing it as it happened.
But we don't think about, all right, so because I know that the pyramids are older than religion. It's just facts.
Mm-hmm.
I know that there were civilizations like Kush, Timbuktu, Mesopotamia, Samaria, all these places. Highly advanced civilizations. So how is it that, you know what I'm saying? And that's always my question. Like, you started here with this weird ass idea that there were only two people at first, and then okay, so Eve ate an apple.
And
no,
then
Eve,
boom, everybody.
Eve ate a shroom.
If you read like the scripture, and then you kind of do a little bit of background check and stuff like that, Adam and Eve weren't the only two in Eden. There was, and this is what they kind of glance over with the story. There was a ton of people there, and they made, even my wife will tell you this, she believes like there were like 20 or 30, I can hear her back there. I hear you, baby. Creeping back there. But even the first woman wasn't even Eve.
Right, it was Lilith. Right.
And Lilith ended up becoming queen of the demons. Because she was like, I'm not bowing down to no nigga.
Right.
I'm not,
she would be cast out of Eden because she refused to be subjugated.
Everything that most black women say to you today in a relationship is what Lilith was saying back then.
Like, no, I don't want to.
I'm your equal.
Right.
I don't want to do it.
Right.
Don't touch my hair. I just got it done.
Right. You see this natural berries and juices? Don't touch this shit.
Yeah. So when she decided not to follow his, I guess, God's orders and commands, she got sentenced to hell. You can say what you. Oh, you're not. You butt naked. You got the yiddies out. You got the yiddies out.
Okay. Hi, Audrey.
She ran, but she can't hear. You got the headphones.
All right.
But, yeah, she ran back into the room because she butt naked and pregnant.
Oh, okay. Well, that's fantastic. How she should be comfortable.
Can you bring the fan? But yeah, you know, it's my I'm baby number. This is baby number 5 for me.
I still have none.
4 boys, 1 girl, and it's my last one. Is this boy? She wants.
You getting the snip? Okay.
It's being. She keep asking, and I know she be hypothetical and probably joking, but she's serious at the same time. She keep asking like to try for like one more, like right after this one, just to see if we can get the girl. But I'm like at a heavy no, because 1, they're expensive. That's what I meant to do. Bring me the ones. We don't got the smoking, so then bring me one of the ones from on top of the fireplace. You're gonna edit this shit out, right?
Probably not.
Or you want to be, oh look, black family values.
You know, listen, my thing is simply this, man. I enjoy all the interactions. Like if she popped in her head, it's like, hi, you know, like the way I feel, like it's just, you know, I'm connected with family. I don't care.
Yeah.
I just happen to share it with the world.
I'm down for it. You can share our love.
You know what I mean? With, you know, with my 2% listeners in Germany.
I love me some Germany, especially October. You been to Oktoberfest yet?
You know what? No, and I live in Pennsylvania, so it's good up here. There is a dope one up here.
Now you need to go to the motherland and go to Oktoberfest in Germany.
Okay. I was saying the motherland.
Yeah.
That's somewhere else.
But I went in my 20s, so.
Oh well. Well, and listen, the truth
most
is,
of it is a blur.
I'll tell you what, the young lady that I'm dating now, I'm fairly certain that if I said that I want to do that, she would be more than happy to go, because she.
It's a shit ton of beer and sausages, no homo.
No, I know what it is. I am okay with beer and sausages, and I'm a real man. I ain't got to say no homo. Fuck that.
I normally don't say no homo neither, but my wife be always saying it now.
That's because your wife been influenced by the streets.
She'll say something completely heterosexual for herself, and then still say pause no homo.
Again, tell her I'm giving her this face right here. This face. This.
Oh, she gonna see the face. I'm gonna give it to her later.
Oh man, so y'all are in, where you at? North Carolina?
Yeah, we moved down to. I moved out to the South a few years ago, so I've been down here since 2017.
That's when I moved here.
Yeah, New York was bad for my mental health in a way, and I wasn't thriving the way I knew I should have been thriving. Because New York, as we all know, is a very difficult place to live financially, and EMTs don't make shit. Paramedics don't really make shit. As much as we do for the communities.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, you would think EMTs should make a nice amount of cheddar.
EMTs that work for the fire department max out at about $45,000 a year after 5 years before overtime. That's why most EMTs are burnt out, because they have more than one job. And in order to make any decent money as an EMT, you got to kind of lean towards getting off the ambulance. Like when I worked on construction sites as a medic, I was making like $25, $30 an hour. Sit on my ass in a fucking trailer and sleep all day until someone came and hurt. And then walk around the perimeter every couple hours.
Did anybody ever get hurt?
Oh, I had a cardiac arrest. I had a couple impalements, some falls, steel workers falling off fucking high steel.
Yeah.
I used to run the whole LaGuardia site.
Oh man.
At LaGuardia, it was me, one medic, in charge of 15,000 fucking workers.
You know, it's funny. I know my brother was doing some sheet metal work on that project.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So depending on around what times, like I said, I left in 2017. Probably ran by him. He probably came
I think that's probably what, like, when he started over there, because we live out here. He lives out here with, like, in Pennsylvania, and I live in Pennsylvania. And 2017, I moved here January 22nd, 2017, and best move I ever made. You know what I'm saying? Best move I ever made.
Yeah, I moved right after you left, because I left end of October. So, and it all worked out. Like, I couldn't even afford my rent no more. So I was already getting evicted. And my boss was like, yo, we keep hearing you always saying you trying to move down south pretty soon or whatever. He's like, well, we got to open it in Georgia, in Atlanta. And I was like, all right. So I interviewed, of course, me being Atlanta, and everybody else that interviewed over me was all white. So,
right.
You know, they kind of wanted that, especially the guys that interviewed me were all black. Like, there was this one lady named Peaches, she was a black woman. Another black dude that was running the project, and like one other white guy, but they were like, "Nah, we want you." You know, military background, New York City EMT. I've been doing this for a while now. I know how to do what I do. And so they were like, we don't want to see nobody else. Get everybody now. I moved down. My boss gave me $1,500 to go buy a car because I didn't have a car. I went down there, bought a car, drove back up, I packed all my shit I could inside of a 2007 Chevy Impala. I started off brand new.
Hey, you can get a lot in the next. You can get a lot in the Chevy Impala now.
And then then I bounced. Then we lost our contract down there because some idiot. We lost our contract, And then we bounced around. I left from Georgia. I had a mental fucking break. I snapped. PTSD, my anxiety, my depression, the job loss, all the shit that was going on, plus shit from the past. The military shit, growing up shit. It all just came crashing down at one point. I fucking had to blow my fucking brains out, bro.
Well, I'm glad you did not.
Got bad primer.
All right, hold on. Let me stop you there for a second. Let me go back for a moment, because how is it that you, as an agnostic fellow, how do you live? Like, how is it the dynamic living with somebody who is indeed a true believer in the faith, so to speak? Is there?
It's like her religion is never pushed on me.
Okay.
We could talk about religion all day, any day, and it never goes sour in the conversation. She understands and respects where my belief is at. She doesn't technically understand it, because for her, for her, certain things it has to be sort of logical. But for me, religion and logic don't go hand in hand.
Exactly. But faith is not logical.
But she's in the back saying shit now. But she believes that in order to go through life, you should believe in something.
Right. But
and
why
it's not like
that...
I don't believe in nothing. I just don't put a concrete name to it.
Right.
Do I believe there's a higher power out there? Yeah.
Right.
There's something out there that's controlling and then having, maybe not controlling, but at least having some type of effect on what goes on day to day.
All right. So my thought on it is simply this, and I guess this will be the first time on this podcast I've actually really kind of stated this. my thought is this.
How about you put your bonnet on and a shirt on and come talk out here?
Word. My thought is this.
You don't end up like Derek Jack's wife wearing a bonnet.
I'll put my bonnet on. I don't give a fuck.
I got a haircut today. You see,
I'm about to lock this shit up. I got an appointment on the 27th to lock it up. If my theory is this, and again, see, my thing is I approach everything with an open mind and an open heart. So the way I look at it, like if you want to call it God, Yahweh, Buddha, Zeus, Apollo, whatever you want to call it, it's all the same thing. It's all different names for the same entity, the same being, same value.
And then you think about it, and you go back even before the first Bible was written. There's records of gods older than that.
Right.
So you mean to tell me that you're the only religion that has it right? Everybody else is just wrong. And then every other religion believes your religion is wrong and everybody else has it wrong.
Well, so that's not true.
Everybody else. I mean,
because a lot of them, because the ones that are like Buddhism is so very open about, like, they're like, yeah, that's true.
But Buddhism is not considered a religion.
It's really not, but it is. You know what I mean? Buddhist is listed as a religious. You know what I'm saying?
Some little short fat dude.
But my thing is, if there is indeed a God, right? Mm-hmm. Science teaches us that energy exists and energy never dies. Energy continues on for eternity. Mm-hmm. It can transfer, but it'll never actually die. I remember that from science class. Mm-hmm. When I attended. But so that means that if I am indeed, that means my soul, because I do believe there's a soul, that means my soul is a spark of divinity, which in essence means I am indeed a God. Not the God, but a God nonetheless. Because I have the ability to shape my universe how I see fit. I can date a woman, I can raise a family, I can have friends, and all that. This is me shaping my universe.
You can create life.
I can create life, or I can help create life. You know what I'm saying? I can help, because but for me, and the way I look at it, a woman and nature are the most perfect personifications of God's work, because they're the only two things that do exactly what they're built to do. Nature is going to be nature, and women are going to create and nurture and love and teach and do all.
Which is why I also find it so hard, because in Christianity, women are at the bottom of the food chain.
Exactly. And that's why I don't buy that shit.
Well, you are able to create life in itself, like you're a portal to another fucking dimension.
Well, think about it. Catholic priests like to touch little boys, and if you look at it, it's the Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost. There's no women in that Trinity. So you take that completely out of it. Even the concept of God being a man, like, it's all right, you have one God. Okay, the religion is based off of one God. Even though almost every other religion, or within the newer religions, they're all based off of what? Multiple gods. Right. Polytheistic.
Female and male gods.
Right. I love reading Greek mythology and then when you looking at like the first chapter of the Bible, when they speak on Genesis and what he did over those first 6 days or whatever, rested on the seventh day, don't that sound like a female to you? Hold on. Number one, hold on. Beyond that, you mean to tell me that an omnipotent being needs to rest?
What are you resting for?
What are you resting for? He's omnipotent. So listen, my thing is, again, you can tell me how an omnipotent being created all the heavens and the earth, but you can't tell me how the pyramids were built.
To you, my cousin Brandon needs to have a conversation, because my cousin, he's raised in the South of Virginia, religious, believes in God heavily, does not believe in the theory of evolution.
Of course not. They don't teach that there.
Yeah, but he's the first Christian I've ever met that doesn't believe in that.
Well, I mean, you mean the idea that we've evolved from apes?
He doesn't. Yeah, he's like, nah.
All right, so I don't know if we evolved from apes. I don't know if I believe that, but what I think is, and again, this is a new theory, and this is something that makes sense to me when I think about it, and that's why I say keep an open mind, because if new facts are presented or new information is presented, you can alter your idea. That's why beliefs are so difficult to change, but ideas are not. And it's best to have an idea about these things, because then if God came to me right now and was like, no, this is facts, and I'm like, oh shit, okay, I can change my mind. You know what I'm saying? Because then I have facts presented to me. But
and if you look at things like according to like how you're supposed to behave in fucking life, it's just being a decent human fucking being, right?
Right.
So even if let's say you don't believe in God, right? You're not a religious person. You don't believe in him, but you don't not believe in him neither.
Right.
But you go through your whole life, you volunteer, you serve food on Thanksgiving, but you don't go to church. You love your kids, you love your wife, you honor everybody, you don't cheat, you don't drink, you don't smoke, you don't do any of that extra shit.
God,
right?
you're boring.
You're not religious.
God, you're boring.
You're fucking Buzz Killington, right?
Yeah.
All right. By that standard, let's say the Christian God is real. He's lived up to every expectation of a Christian except for what? Going to church and believing in God.
Right.
So does that automatically exclude him from heaven? Now he got to go to hell? Just because he didn't acknowledge your existence? But everything you tell them, everything that you preach and that you want people to practice of being a decent person and loving, and he did everything in the Bible except worship you and get dunked in some water.
Well, okay. I'll even ask this question, and this might rile some folks, but if this is indeed one nation under God, why is it so hard to say Black Lives Matter? God loves us all, right? You're people of God. Like this is a Christian country.
But isn't that what white people have been using Christianity for like the last couple of thousands, since the beginning of fucking Christianity?
Yeah. Subjugation and tyranny.
Some shit the other day. They used to when women were caught in the fucking woods picking herbs, that was considered witchcraft. They stuck a fucking pipe through their fucking vagina and they slowly slid it through them as they fucking died and screamed for days. That's Christianity at its fucking final.
To be fair, there's evidence that the Salem witch trials were caused by outbreak. There's some evidence that the Salem, and I just learned this watching the Joe Rogan podcast. There's some evidence that suggests that the Salem witch trials were caused by ergot poisoning. Ergot is I think a fungus that appears on wheat if it's not cared for, stored properly, and if you eat it or ingest it or whatever, bake with it or whatever, it causes psychoactive hallucinations. And these same ergot things were found in the, that thing that they swing in the Catholic Church and all that.
Yeah.
They find these traces of these chemicals and cannabis and all these other things in these things. So the drug use is part of religion.
And then when you look at it,
around that,
like isn't the Book of Psalms technically like a book of spells?
If we're really being honest, yes. And the truth is,
don't practice spells, don't do witchcraft, don't do this. Like,
right.
Come on, bro.
You want to hear something funny? What made me really think about that was hymns, and when kids sing hymns, because I know what harmonic resonance is. Harmonic resonance is energy release, right? Mm-hmm. And what if they're singing something, but it's not translated properly? So they're singing these hymns and these songs and these psalms and everything, but they're not translated properly, but you're saying this stuff. What are you actually putting out into the world? You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm not going to sit here and say that there's not some good aspects of some of religions. Like unfortunately, at least in my eyes, a lot of the bad outweighs the good. You know what I'm saying? And that's just my personal opinion on it. You know what I'm saying? I think if you find it and it allows you to do good for others and treat people with love and respect and kindness and decency, then good on you. You're living up to your faith, and I appreciate you for doing it. But who really does that? Who really does that? And that's my biggest problem with it, is that it's been used in a way that hasn't been beneficial for everybody for so long. And I always ask this question, right? Why does Joel Osteen need a fucking plane?
Oh shit.
Why did Creflo Dollar? Why did Creflo Dollar need all that?
Man. Because if I'm correct to assume, according to that religion, like, bro, you're supposed to be the brokest motherfuckers inside the entire congregation.
I'm just saying.
Living with rags. I mean, nobody wants you living with rags and being poor and shit like that. But if you are a priest lives very simple lives. If you are a pastor, you are preaching to a community and you are guiding and you are leading these people to whatever religion and faith. Like, I've been to churches and I've seen like your car costs more than like the crib some of these people fucking live in. But they come in here and they're giving you fucking, and then you don't work.
I always
don't have a job.
I always think about
being in a house by the church and then your congregation is starving. Like, how the fuck does that make sense? And if you read the Bible, and let's put it in a religious term, you read the Bible, what the fuck did Jesus do?
Gave it all away.
Gave what he had to feed and to clothe and to shelter people.
Right. Why does TD Jakes selling books and selling? It's commerce.
I watched this reality fucking show that I think it came on Oxygen a few years ago, and it showed like the pastors from different churches and different shit or whatever. And this one dude was like how he wouldn't go and preach somewhere for less than a certain amount. They got to give him certain accommodations. Why do you need to be this fucking comfortable just to go tell some poor fucking black folk some shit out of a book?
And unfortunately, since it was given to us in slavery and in bondage, and they used it to justify the slavery and bondage, I don't really need it.
Islam, Christianity, none of that shit was in the motherland originally. We worship our ancestors. And
nature.
And going in with what you said earlier about like energy still keeps going even after we die. Our energy, which is like our spirit, our soul, or whatever you want to call it, it continues going on after we die or whatever. So they believe that energy left the body and went up into the stars, universe, or whatever, and was still surrounding them. That's what they worship. And I don't even like using the word worship because of the
right. No, we what's the word? I like to say we communed with our ancestors, and we commune with our ancestors, and
like a Black Panther. That was like a dope way they did it with how he saw his father after he ate the fucking the plant,
which is basically a mushroom. He basically ate some shrooms. They're telling you in Black Panther the way it's psychedelics. It's telling you in Black Panther the way it's psychedelics.
Exactly. So, but like he got to talk to them and speak to them, and then like my thing is like if I ever die and there's an afterlife, I want my afterlife to be surrounded by like knowledge. And where do you get knowledge from? From those before you. So I want to be around like my ancestors and ask questions and learn. And like that's what I feel like the other side is. The other side is you finally gaining that knowledge. This life is just like a basic like enjoy the flesh.
Well, let me ask you this, and this is going to be an interesting question. Have you ever been able to do something that you can't explain why you know how to do it? It just came so easily?
Yeah. Like certain things you're good at, you just can't explain it.
So to me, that's the idea, and that is that my spirit, again, has been here before. You know what I'm saying? We produce something in our minds called dimethyltryptamine, DMT, right? DMT is a high psychedelic, but it's produced in your pineal gland. You know what I'm saying? What that does, I think the pineal gland is that third eye chakra they talk about, okay?
Yeah.
And what it does, what dimethyltryptamine is, along with your subconscious mind, your dreams, that's the multiverse. You know what I'm saying? Your dreams are a gateway to a multiverse or another reality where you only have access to it when this vessel is offline. You know what I'm saying? When you sleep.
Possibilities.
Now, I don't know if that's true or not, but it makes sense to me. You know what I'm saying?
That's a whole new fucking ballgame when you're talking about, you know.
But DMT is something you can smoke. It is something that that you can do. And they say that dimethyltryptamine is the one psychedelic that's most closely associated with speaking to God. They say that's the one that'll get you to the oneness of the universe type shit.
That gets you knocking on the front door.
Right. And let in. Like you can get into the club with that shit.
And this is the shit that like all these shamans and from ancient civilizations have been doing for like thousands and thousands of years.
Right. Now, we here in America and in our current modern world, we have something called petrochemicals. Fluoride is one of the worst. Fluoride is a neurotoxin with the same level of neurotoxicity as mercury and arsenic, right? It calcifies the pineal gland, so it stops the flow of serotonin and dimethyltryptamine throughout the cerebral cortex, along with other biochemicals your brain and the glands naturally create.
I need to start eating fluoride toothpaste.
Yes, definitely. Stop. Don't use that shit.
What about my cat?
Brush your teeth and floss.
All right.
That's it.
Go
to the dentist regularly. You know what I'm saying? Go to the dentist regularly. And people think, because think of it like this, people will say, okay, well, you only get a little bit when you brush your teeth, sure, but over 30 years of brushing your teeth, how much of that gets in your actual system? How much, like you said, you just got a haircut. What did they spray on your hair after they finished cutting it? Some Afro sheen shit to make it shiny and all that. What chemicals are in that just now leached into your brain through the dermis in your skull? You know what I'm saying? These things are real.
I don't look that good when I ain't got a haircut.
You gotta have a fro.
I'm about to become a bubble boy.
I mean, nowadays it's probably the safest bet, but then your kids can't play with you, and that's no fun. Shifting gears. Now, you went into the military. What branch of the service did you do?
I went in the Air Force.
You were in the Air Force. Well, were you trying to go to space? You want to be in Space Force? You want to be on the Space Force?
It crossed my mind. It had the shortest boot camp, and I'm a lazy motherfucker. And I had to do something in high school. Like there was just no sitting around. Me and my father were already there, so I had to get out. So easiest way out, Air Force 6-week boot camp. I'll knock that fuck out. I don't got to worry about deployment. I don't got to worry about seeing nothing.
Wrong. Wrong. Because September 11th, 2001 changed everything. And we graduated in 2002.
I'm not even just talking like even just on the level of just like being overseas and shit like that. I'm just talking about just like being black and being in the military. Yeah, man, not even being black and being in the military. Being black and being in the Air Force. That is a very hard thing to be sometimes.
Is that a very large aberration? Are there not many black people in the Air Force?
No, there's a lot there. I mean, you see them, but like, all right, let me think about it. In my flight, in my squad, we had on my shift, we worked overnight. I had like 5 guys that were black.
Okay.
And a flight is like 60, 70 people. So 5 people, that's 5 of us.
So that's 5%.
And then you run into a lot of them you run into a lot of good old country boys.
Oh, that I'm sure.
A lot of motherfuckers you gotta constantly put in their place. And for me, growing up, how I grew up, there was only one way for me to put you in your place. I did it every single time. Don't let the word slip.
I've been trying to explain that to my girl, and she understand. Like, yo, we violate where we come from, yo.
Even when it comes down to like just like not even just like your interactions with like just your peers and your coworkers, like even your command structure. Like I had fucking NCOs who were just like, I do something. 18, I'm dumb, so I'm doing some dumb nigga shit. I do some dumb nigga shit, but I do some dumb nigga shit with this motherfucker as well, who also happens to be fucking white. Our punishment is never the same. Like, ever. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. It's not equal.
Like I've gotten LORs, letter of reprimands, LOCs, letter like for shit that like I got an article. Here's the thing: I got an article 15 for drunken disorderly, right? Okay. Want to know what drunken disorderly normally means? What to you? When you hear Mike Jones with drunken disorderly, what's the first thing that comes to your mind?
Late night Hennessy run, stumbling, mumbling, drunk driving,
and fucking some shit up, right? Just being a wild motherfucker, right? I drank too much and I passed out and I went to the hospital. Literally. That's all I fucking did. Didn't drive. Didn't cause any fights. Didn't do anything to discredit the country. Just drank too much because I did not know my limit as an 18-year-old. And I was stationed in a foreign country, which means I was allowed to
indulge
at the age of 17.
Right. Yeah.
On base, legal drinking age was 17 at Aviano Air Base. No guidance, and most of my peers were older than me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I ran around and I banged around with them. And of course, when you from New York, you always find out in New York. But I drank a lot, passed out, and I got Article 15. I know motherfuckers, white boys that smoke weed, got caught, DUI, 3-4 DUIs, nothing. No loss of rank, no loss of pay, nothing. A little bit of extra duty, pat on the butt, don't do it again.
Right.
Within my own fucking unit, bro. So
now,
and I did my dumb shit that I own up to, but that shit, that caused like a whole fucking ripple effect, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, I really, and then the dude, like I was told I didn't have any choices to fight my Article 15, but I did. I could have fought my Article 15, but I was not given proper legal counsel in order to deal with, like, you know, the whole ramifications of an Article 15. The Article 15 is a punishment. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like when you get arrested and you get caught for something, you get punished.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You might have to pay a fine or this and that. My fine is a loss of rank, deduction of pay. You may have to just pay $500 for pissing on a tree.
So,
you know what I'm saying?
So let me get this straight. So you lose a whole rank.
Yeah, bro.
You lose part of your pay, and this is a permanent thing, or can you earn it back?
You earn your rank back, of course. They always give you a shot to earn it back, which is what I did.
Okay.
I mean, I got to a few more incidents, a couple of fights, peeing on some cop cars.
We'll come back to that.
Yeah. But yeah, you know, I did time in the brig. You know, there's a little stint there. But I got out of that, and then.
And where were you stationed?
I was stationed in Italy, my first station. This all happened within like the first year of me being in the military. You know what I'm saying? But you grow, and you learn. And it kind of, once you make those mistakes and then you start kind of surrounding yourself around certain people, you kind of like move forward. Be all you can be. Well,
I'm glad you did. And all right, so you went in right after high school?
2003. As soon as high school ended, bro, 2003.
2003, you was there.
I got my tapping down, and I was in boot camp.
Wow. Okay. So what was I doing in 2003? Working and smoking pot. So
that was the year of the shitty fucking math region.
Yeah. That didn't we get the blackout that year too?
Yep, that was the blackout.
That was the blackout. It was the blackout summer.
That was a fun night.
That was, oh yeah. Them raccoons wasn't playing.
Yeah, I think like every teenager, like when they're like 17, 18, they need a blackout.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you gotta experience that at least once or thrice. You know.
I mean, minus the excessive murdering and
other really heinous illegal fucking crimes that only Batman should deal with. But if you're just a genuine fucking kid, like a genuine fucking teenager,
Yeah,
like,
have fun.
I did fucking fun, like, and come home.
Now, and you're definitely, and now, so you are a proponent of the Second Amendment. Now, was it the military that did that, or had you always been that?
I would say that because when I grew up, like, I never held a gun until I joined the military.
Okay.
I had a BB gun. That's about it.
Right.
So, but I was never against guns growing up. I never had an issue with them. I've always wanted to shoot them when I was a kid, so I joined the military just with the bonus of being able to shoot guns. So I just fell in love with it, and then I got out the military, moved back to New York, and you can't really do a lot of shooting in New York.
No.
They got way too many fucking restrictions that I believe are totally against everything that the Second Amendment stands for.
They are. They are.
I'm okay. I'm okay with the permits, the pistol permit system they have, even though that's outdated. You don't need it if I can just go into a gun store and get a federal background check ran. Like,
right.
Nothing is, your state check is not better than a federal check.
It's really not.
So, but okay,
use the federal info for your state check.
I get, you not wanting to have people living in New York City to have rifles. I still think it's fucking dumb. But you can still get a gun in New York. It's just they just make it really, really fucking impossible.
Right. Right.
Like,
so
you gotta pay $400 for a permit that you're not even guaranteed to get.
So and it's funny because if you live in Long Island, now we both grew up in Queens, right? So if you lived in Long Island,
you need a permit to get a rifle.
Right.
But you still have to follow certain restrictions. You're not allowed to have a detachable box magazine. It cannot hold more than 30 rounds of ammunition. It can only hold 10. You must have a fixed butt stock, which means you cannot have a collapsible butt stock. And you cannot have, and your muzzle device has to be permanently fixed on. You can't put like a suppressor. You can't have suppressors. Right. I mean, there's ways around that. If you want to get a short barrel rifle, they're called pistols.
Right. Yeah, I know what you mean with the thing. And so now here's the thing. We grew up in New York where, and like you said, it's very restrictive. So to our idea, you can't have no guns.
Yeah, unless you buying it off some shady motherfucker.
Now, if you live in Long Island, you can have guns. If you live in upstate New York, you can have guns, right? If I go to Green Acres Mall, go to Walmart or Dick's Sporting Goods now and buy a gun, if I go 5 feet across the street, I've committed a crime for the most part. I've committed gun trafficking almost. You know what I'm saying?
People in the airports, when they come through with their guns and where their destination is, their gun is legal.
Right.
They have a layover here.
Right.
You can still get wrote up on charges. There was a lady that had a fucking magazine, an empty magazine in her fucking bag, and she still got charges.
And you can't do that. That's illegal, man. You can't do that because where I'm going, it's legal. Right. So I live in so I moved to Pennsylvania, right? Now, I'll be honest. My idea of guns was I associated guns with dead people that I knew and kids got shot and all that, right? Because what we were taught growing up was guns kill people.
Getting the bathtubs up.
Right. We're taught guns kill people. And then we see that guns do. But here in Pennsylvania, what I've noticed is that you'll get your first gun, probably a BB gun, around 3, 4, maybe 5 years old, when you can recognize what it is. And you learn from there. And your gun gets bigger and bigger the older you get. And you're taught the respect for the firearm. You know what I'm saying? We didn't have that growing up. So
and that's why I make sure all my kids shoot. My 6-year-old, he shoots.
Okay. See, me?
My wife shoots. All my kids shoot.
Right. Now I own the first gun I bought was last year during the pandemic. I bought a Mossberg 12 gauge. I'm a shotgun guy. All right. I'm a shotgun guy.
Hey, I'll give you the link. Gotta look it up for where you can get some dragonfire rounds.
Oh, okay, sure, yeah.
They're like 15 or $20 a shell, but like 4 shells or something like that or whatever. It's expensive, but it's worth the fucking money.
Yeah. I know somebody that got one of those Tesla flamethrowers. So
which you can legally own in New York City.
Which is crazy. You can own a flamethrower, but I can't have a 9mm Glock.
And then you can also walk around with like a broadsword in New York too.
Oh, well, okay. I'm okay with that. I have those.
Swords are legal. I think swords are legal in New York too.
When the
There's like some law that you have them dumbass fucking laws they never fucking eradicated. They just sit there. You just gotta go.
Can't have a knife. I can't have a knife, but I can have a sword.
Yeah, it might be New York. It might not be.
I don't know, but I'm
fucking sword. Don't quote me on it, but I know there's a fucking state where you can legally walk around with a fucking sword, open carry a fucking sword.
Oh, somehow that sounds like something you could do in California. It just sounds like a California thing, and maybe some of them maybe some of those weird Midwestern states that you just fly over because why stop there?
Like Florida.
Oh, Florida is one of the scariest places on earth.
I lived in Florida for 2 years, and I'll never do it again.
I don't blame you. Florida has dinosaurs.
You go there for vacation, you leave on probation. I shit you not, bro. I almost lost my life to the criminal justice system and living in Miami. I shit you not, bro. I shit you not.
What the fuck?
Yeah, some motherfuckers talking about, I got locked up for a crime I didn't commit.
Right.
I got locked up for a crime I didn't commit.
That's Florida. That's just Florida. The state just does that to you because that place is fucking crazy. The place has dinosaurs. There's dinosaurs.
You want to hear a story?
Sure.
Blow your fucking mind. All right, so this is 07. Yeah, 07, right? So one day, I'm chilling in my crib, in my uncle's crib in Miami. High as a motherfucker, sleeping on his fold out, right? I was going through some shit at that time, so I was kind of bouncing around. So sleeping on his fold out. I remember what I was wearing. I had on some blue boxers with puppies on them and a white beater. I'll never forget this fucking day, bro. And I'm high as a motherfucker. Just came from I was binging for like 3 days of drinking and smoking. So I'm just fucking turned up. I'm just laying there. As I'm laying there, not able to sleep and thinking about like all the fucked up shit I'm doing, where my life is going, all this other shit. I see these lights in the backyard just flashing every fucking bro. I'm like, what the fuck is that? Like I'm tweaking. And then I hear the doorbell ring. Ding dong. What the fuck? So like everybody in the house is knocked the fuck out of sleep. I'm the only one up. It's like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. So I open the fucking door. An entire Miami fucking SWAT team sitting outside the fucking crib. And I shit you not, I put this in all my fucking kids' lives. On my grandma, ancestors, my fucking dog looking at me all weird and shit. Whole fucking Miami-Dade County SWAT team, right? I'm cuffed and I'm sitting outside in the front fucking yard. Mind you, the weirdest shit ever. No one in the house fucking wakes up. My uncle is asleep in his room, and my cousin Alex is asleep in his room. No one fucking wakes up. They walk into the crib, look around real quick. Don't open no fucking doors. Just walk into the living room where I was asleep at, look around. Thankfully, they don't find no fucking weed. And then come back out, right? And I'm sitting there. Now, mind you, I'm surprised, but I'm not surprised that they're here. And this is like that point in the movie where they're like, let me rewind a little bit and tell you how I got here.
Yeah, there's got to be some context to this.
So I was working this job selling Kirby vacuums.
I've done that. I've done that.
We've all had some fun times, right?
I did it one day. I didn't last the full day.
Like 2 weeks or so, or whatever. Not even that long. But some of the dudes that were there, that I would, you know, chill with, smoke with, or whatever, but nothing too crazy or whatever. Like I barely knew niggas' last name. Them and this one young dude from the job who was the only nigga with a car. So everybody took advantage of this motherfucker. He's like 17. I'm like 22 at the time. These niggas go and on Mother's Day and go rob a fucking restaurant on Mother's Day. 3 black men, Haitian.
Not a bad score.
And, you know, they would tip jar everything. They robbed with fake guns, BB guns, spray painted, and all that. The nigga uses his mom, the Haitian kid, the innocent kid that couldn't hurt a fucking fly. They use his mom's minivan. It's a getaway car. So they got the plate number, and that's how they caught him. But they only caught him. They only caught Todd. I'll say the nigga name. Fuck the bullshit. You guys do some shit. Todd Toussaint.
Oh, damn. Oh, damn.
It ain't snitching neither, so fuck it.
It's really not at this point.
It was the court. It was an open court. So he got caught. He gave up the first name of one of the niggas that was there with him. Michael. There's more than one Michael that works there. Niggas sell Kirby vacuums. It's a job that anybody can get without a degree, nothing. Like, hire anybody, literally.
Right.
So, and they use some history to this motherfucker. Crazy shit. But, so the nigga Michael last name is Arafini. My name is Jones. So I was like, oh, I was with Mike. Well, where you know Michael from? He don't know his last name. So he just says Michael. Where you know Michael from? From this job. They go to the job. We're looking for a Michael. I don't work there no more. I've been stopped working.
Right.
The boss, motherfucker who has a whole nother little backstory to him, he's like, oh, Michael. So he just gives my name as the first Michael because they say Todd. And they know Todd had a car. Todd used to drop, I used to get Todd gas money to drop me off at the crib every day after work.
Right.
So when he seen Todd with Michael, he seen Todd with me. I ain't no fucking criminal. Right. I don't steal shit from nobody.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm ghetto as fuck, like my wife say. I'm ghetto, but I don't steal
right.
shit from nobody.
Right.
I'm damn sure not walking in no place robbing niggas at gunpoint. You know what I'm saying? That's not my MO. So he just say Michael and give him my name and my address. So when they show, now mind you, they said they robbed the place with masks on top of that. And you could probably look all this shit up and probably see the whole case file, all that shit.
Probably.
So they gave a photo lineup, supposedly, to witnesses from the restaurant.
Oh.
Who's that working with wearing a mask, and my face somehow got picked out. You know what I'm saying? That's where I got my strike of I'm guilty now. So they showed the pictures to Todd. Todd said, that's not the Mike I was with. This is before I even get locked up.
Right.
They never listened to when Todd kept saying that's not the Mike I was with.
Right.
Fast forward now, I get a phone call with my man. This is during my binge weekend. So I'm not even thinking straight. Smoking, drinking, depressed, don't got a job, shit ain't going right. Losing where I'm living at, all that. So I get a call and some dudes talking about, oh, this is Officer so-and-so. And Officer, he says, my name's Officer Michael Jones. So I'm like, okay, yeah. Funny. My name is Michael Jones, Mike Jones. Like, okay, funny. He was like, yeah, so we got your names for some investigation, for a robbery that happened on this day, yada, yada, yada. And I'm just like, oh, okay. So I played along with like, it's funny. My man, like, it's funny, just hang the phone up. Like, this is some bullshit, right? And if it is police, don't be talking to the police. Just bang the phone on.
Right.
So I'm like, bro, so none of this sound right. Like, me involved in the robbery with Todd, like, okay. And he's saying Todd, I'm like, Todd's an innocent ass little nigga. Like, he ain't never did no shit. Like, he lived with his parents. He still wears high water fucking pants.
Right.
Work.
Right.
Like, he used to work at the little chicken spot, Pollo Loco or whatever the fuck it was called down there. You know what I mean? He used to get his free chicken because he knew the fucking manager.
Pollo Loco, boy.
Going to college, about to do something with himself or whatever. And you know how Haitian parents are with their kids.
Oh yeah.
He was that kid that could not come outside.
Oh damn.
That was hard in a fucking nutshell.
Right.
So I get brought in and I'm reading through everything and I'm like, yo, like, not bro, like I didn't do shit, like I wasn't there. And he's like, oh well, your name got brought up from your job. I'm like, there's more than one Michael that worked there, bro. Ask Michael Arafini. But they picked you out in the photo lineup. Nigga, they didn't pick me out because the day in question, I was getting evicted out of my apartment.
Right.
I was loading my truck up and putting shit in the fucking van to move it back to my uncle's crib. I was getting evicted. I had lost my job. I mean, motive-wise, yeah, I had motive to do it. Because I lost my job and I was broke.
Right. But that's not
They didn't know
enough.
that, though. Yeah, but I didn't, so thankfully. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, and the cops are just doing, they literally, I don't know if you've ever been arrested and been in an interrogation room, but the cops literally did the good cop, bad cop shit.
I'm sure.
Like, and it freaked me out and it made me laugh at the same fucking time. Like, they sit you in a fucking interrogation room for like an hour, 2 hours by yourself.
Right.
Nothing to do. Nothing in there. And this is way before smartphones, so I didn't even get a book, magazine, nothing. No donut, no water, no nothing. In a room with a pen in it.
Right.
That was it. That's the only thing that was in that room when it was a fucking pen, which I took apart like 80 million fucking times.
So you started making beats and shit. You started scribbling on the desk.
Yeah, I was doing the clips, baby. You know what I'm saying? But they sit you there for so fucking long, and then they come in and they start like being tough guys. I smack you in your face, this and that. And I'm like, bro, you literally, I know you can't do that. First of all, the red blinking light is on the fucking camera in the corner.
Right.
Like,
I know you're allowed to lie to me.
Yeah. The arresting officers have already written that in their report, because the report is probably already done at this point. I came in with no bruises.
Right.
So if you start smacking me around, I bruise easily, homie. So I'm not scared of you putting your hands on me, so that's not gonna work. I didn't do shit.
Right. Matter of fact, where's my lawyer? Where's my lawyer?
Yeah. And
Where's my lawyer?
Like, I'm all for, I don't go to jail for nobody's bullshit.
Right.
I put 2 and 2 together before I even got there. Who did fucking what? From the phone, from like, just finding out information from sitting in that interrogation room. I'm like, bro, you need to go ask about Mike Arafini. That motherfucker is crazy as shit. I've seen this nigga while I was doing the demonstrations for the Kirby vacuum, rob niggas.
Right.
Like, steal shit and put it in his pocket. And he worked there with his mama, and his mama did the same shit.
Oh, of course.
And his cousins. It was like 3 of them niggas, bro. But, and I said it off rip, because I'm not going to jail for nobody. Like I said, don't make me insist that I was not a part of that crime. I'm just telling on the motherfucker.
Right. The truth is, I ain't got nothing to do with it.
I had nothing to do with it. I sat in jail for 4 fucking months. First, I was in Miami-Dade County, where I literally, there was no space in that jail. I had to sleep underneath a bunk on a pad on the floor. I was so depressed, bro, I didn't eat for like a fucking 3-4 days.
Mm.
And they got into Nutshell now, and I was going back to Fort Lauderdale, which was, fuck is the name of that county? That's what it's, I think. Whatever the fuck the name of the county was that I was in, that supposedly made the robbery in, was where I was going back to.
Right.
I lived in Miami. I lived in Dade fucking County. So I don't have a fucking car. Even though, yeah, you can get to Fort Lauderdale without a fucking car. But I don't have a fucking car. Everybody lived in Fort Lauderdale that committed this crime.
Right.
I lived in Miami. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you people?
Wait. What? So all this happened. Did you ever get to speak to a lawyer?
Not at that time. I didn't get to speak to a lawyer until I got to the second jail, which was like 2 or 3 weeks later.
2 or 3 weeks. So you spent X amount of time in jail for a crime you didn't commit, and you never got to speak to.
I say the Miami-Dade County Jail, waiting to be transferred.
Okay.
And they have 30 days to come. You know, they have 30 days to come get you.
Right.
They're released. They came like right at the wire. I spent almost a month in Miami-Dade County Jail, sleeping on the floor underneath a mat with the same fucking clothes on for a month. Same drawers, same pants, same shirt.
Well, all right. And how long ago was this?
It was in like 2007.
13. I tell you what, I ain't gonna lie to you. I would be speaking to a lawyer right now about what ramifications you can get from that, because
then I spent 4 months, but then I got moved there to another fucking jail.
Yeah.
And I sat there for 4 months, and then that's when I got my first lawyer. He told me to plead out, and he was like, "We're probably they want to cut you a deal for 15." I was like, "What? 15 years to get my 15 minutes to get my shit to pack up and leave this motherfucker because I ain't do shit." He was like, "Nah, bro." He was like, 15 years. I'm like,
but I didn't do anything.
Because first it was armed robbery. Then through witness statements and shit, they found out they weren't real guns somehow. I don't get how you find out they're not real guns without actually having the fucking guns.
Right.
So then they got downgraded to strong arm robbery. Or I guess maybe because Todd told them that they weren't real guns. I don't fucking know. So at this point too, I hadn't even seen this motherfucker Todd yet either until my first court appearance. He's sitting in front of me, and I'm looking at this nigga, and I'm like, "Bro, you need to stand the fuck up and tell this motherfucking judge right the fuck now."
Right.
I've been here because of you. You think it's just a coincidence I'm here? No, motherfucker. You did this shit. Fix it.
Right.
Bro, like I'm not a criminal. I'm not sitting in fucking jail. I'm not gonna be a fucking statistic. Like, fuck no.
Right.
Get me the fuck. I don't like living here. I don't like the condition. I don't like none of the way this shit. Fuck no. He didn't want to stand up and do shit. Bless you.
Thank you. So you spent 4 months
until I got bonded, until my uncle bonded me out.
But you didn't do anything.
He knew it. And he was like, "Yo, it was just so crazy that they didn't wake nobody up in the house. They just snatched you and left." I didn't even have any way of even getting a hold of him when I was locked up because you can only make collect calls out. In New York, when you go to booking, you just dial out to any local number.
Right.
New York number.
Right.
Here, down there, you have to have a calling card. And when I got there, no wallet, no money, no nothing.
It took you in your drawers. I mean, like.
He grabbed a pair of pants for me and a t-shirt, but nothing in the pocket. He didn't give me no wallet, no nothing, no ID, no nothing.
Right. So you go and do all this, and you still don't have ID.
So the only way I was able to even get a message out to somebody was by chance, by fucking chance. My my ex-best friend and ex-fiance cell phone asked her to take a collect call. She was able to call my fucking uncle, and that's how he figured out what the fuck happened. Because he just thought I just fucking disappeared. I was gone for at least a good 2-3 weeks at this point in time. No one knew what the fuck happened. No one. My father, nobody. I just disappeared off the face of the fucking earth. Cell phone left in the crib, the whole nine.
That's a lawsuit. That's a lawsuit. Like, honestly.
I asked them for a phone call, got no phone call. I asked them to, okay, all right, you can't make the phone. Can you at least call my uncle, let him know that I'm here? Like, I don't know if he knows. And I'm only, like I said, I'm only like, what, 21, 22? Fucking scared as shit.
Yeah.
So then I get bounced around to like 2 different jails. And then like, again, I get bounced down to another jail. I'm still wearing the same fucking clothes, bro. Still same shit. They don't give you a uniform or nothing. But at least this time I sleep on a bunk.
Hold on one second. Let me pour myself some more coffee real quick. Because
Some crazy shit, right, bro?
Because in my mind, all I hear is, oh, you have a wrongful whatever lawsuit because that like, and there shouldn't be no statute of limitations on that because the truth is you were pretty much abducted by the Miami-Dade Police Department and held with no cause. You were not like, you didn't do it. Like literally, you were the epitome of not guilty.
And this is nothing that I'm lying about because, like I said, I'm pretty sure people's public arrest records are they're public. You can look up when I was arrested and when I got out and everything else, and I'm pretty sure you can find the court documentation. They gave me a lie detector test too, bro. They literally gave me a lie detector test.
Fuck is this CSI Miami? What is this shit?
Came up inconclusive.
Well, all right. So there's I forget the name of the dude. He wrote a book basically detailing how there's a dope podcast about it. Actually, I can't remember the name of it right now, where they talk about the fake, how forensic science has been kind of overblown in its scope and entirety and how it's used and why a lot of it is bunk science and bullshit. So
but it gets better because they used the lie detector test also to prove my innocence. My co-defendant, the nigga that actually drove the vehicle that did the crime, took one, and that's how I got. And then it gets even, the story gets crazier too, right? So I get bonded out eventually, right? Was in jail, met some interesting fucking people. I am not gonna fucking lie though. My time in there, I met some interesting people. I learned some interesting culinary secrets in there.
Sure.
So like that's why when I see people in 60 days in and shit like that, I'm like, bro, you're bad. I would never volunteer to go into that shit. But still, you meet people, you talk, you have conversations with older people, drug addicts, crack addicts, young kids. I met a dude that was my age but couldn't fucking read or write. Black kid. I used to have to read his girlfriend's letters for him, and she couldn't read or write that well either. I wrote letters for him and shit like that to his girlfriend. Like I met, like, you know, it still was a life-changing experience no matter what. It's fucking weird, but still. But the system itself is fucking, it sucks. And so I hear about a lot of shit that goes on now, and I can only imagine, like.
Well, all right. So I know, like me personally, I have been to the bookings 3 times. There was one time. That's it. You know what I mean? 3 misdemeanors, some bullshit. I did some community service, cleaned the projects. You know what I'm saying? I'm cool. One time the police straight let me go because, you know, I was just rolling a blunt and that was it. But yeah. I ain't gonna lie, since I've moved out of New York, the only time I see cops is if I decide to say hi to them. Like, yeah. I don't see them.
I got a few times I got pulled because I was speeding. That was it. But other than that, like, I say what up to the cops. I'm like, yo, have a good shift, bro. They be like, you too, man.
Well, you know what's funny? When I was still living in New York, I worked at 7-Eleven right there that's now on Farmers and Linden, right?
Yeah, I remember.
And if you're a first responder, you get free coffee at 7-Eleven.
Yeah.
Okay. So many nights, there's cops from the 113th precinct all in there all night. And me, I worked overnights. So I'm inquisitive. You know, that's me. That was me at the time. But I'm inquisitive. I want to know. Like, yo, how many times you pulled your service weapon? You know what I mean? The biggest answer I usually got, none. Once. Mostly none. I think I got once or twice, like maybe 2 or 3 times. I was like, I asked him, like, yo, even lieutenant dudes, like, yo, what do you like? You know what's going on. What is it for you that gets you going? He's like, yo, look, man, after a 14-hour, 18-hour tour, all I want to do is go home, hug my wife, kiss my kids, have a beer, and relax. You know what I'm saying? And I understand that. I get
That's what
that.
everybody wants.
That's what everybody wants. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is, police get a listen, I'll say it. Police get a bad rap in that there are a lot of shitty police officers. The problem is it's not hard to become a cop. So you don't get the cream of the crop of people that become cops. You know what I'm saying? You don't get those exceptional good individuals that become cops because anybody can be a cop. And usually anybody is a douchebag.
How long does it take to become a cop in New York?
I think the police academy is what, 6 weeks?
No, it's longer than
that
6 weeks.
Is it more?
Like, hold on. Ray, how long is the police academy? Huh? 6 months.
Okay, 6 months. That's still not enough.
Probationary period where you're with an instructor.
Right, you're right. Well,
then like that. Okay, so years.
Okay, so let's say that. How about this? Let's say that your training should be the full year in the police academy, and in that time, you're learning different aspects. You're learning tactical procedures. You're getting taught more.
You can still learn all that, but guess what? And this is the one thing I can defend them on. You can learn all that, but nothing is like actually getting punched in the mouth. I
get that. So here's my thing. Anybody who wants to become a police officer should be at least a blue belt in a martial art.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? At least blue belt.
But again, nothing ever gets real till you get punched in the mouth.
This is what I'm saying. If you are a trained martial artist, you have a better ability to utilize necessary force to curtail that punch to the face. Right?
Exactly.
Boxing, anything of any combat sport that you can train in would train you significantly, and you would be humbled on your way to attaining that rank.
But even in the military, like that's something that's also like recommended. You know what I mean? Like it's like, okay, they give you the basics during training. This is your starting point. Now you're a fucking adult.
Right.
So as an adult, you should know my job may entitle me having to chase someone down, tackle them, fight with them, grapple them. I have a service weapon. What are ways I can protect myself to keep this from happening, from getting relieved of my service weapon? You never want to drop your weapon.
Right.
And even those that conceal carry, open carry, whatever your carry situation is, if I was to rush you and tap you before you get your gun out of your holster,
what you're gonna do? Right, exactly. Right.
Can you defend yourself? Can you maintain control of your gun? What are you gonna do if I get?
Do you have enough stamina to fight somebody off while you're wearing all your full gear? And this is what I'm saying.
Exactly. So this segues into, like I said, right back into the Second Amendment. I'm a firm believer everybody should have a fucking gun if you're mentally and legally able to have it. You know what I'm saying? But now having one is, are you physically able to have one? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It takes a minute for some people to pull. Like I live in North Carolina, so North Carolina is an open carry state.
Right.
So I can openly carry, so my draw time is way quicker. But then again, I don't like open carry because just like I don't like somebody knowing I can fight because that means they're gonna want to fight me. I don't want somebody always. I open carried a few times when I was down here, just for shits and giggles because I wanted to fucking do it, and I wanted to see what cop was going to say something to me.
Did they?
I did. No.
Okay.
Never won.
Okay.
I open carried in the fucking airport, bro, and fucking while driving Lyft. So shout out to Lyft if y'all going to end up banning me for that because y'all have a policy of no guns in the car, but fuck that.
I don't think Lyft is watching my podcast. So I don't think they're definitely not one of my sponsors. I don't have any. But you know what's funny? So I hear that and I'm like, because now that I live in a state where I believe this is an open carry and concealed carry state.
Yeah.
I am a firm, like I am now, I better understand the Second Amendment and I respect it a lot more. But I also understand the full breadth of it, in that it's also so that we can form militias to overthrow or to stop a tyrannical government from taking over. That's what it literally says that. You know what I'm saying?
What we gonna be doing pretty soon when Black Rhino Tactical comes online, baby.
So you're right. You're trying to start. You're starting a. What are you trying to start a?
So the name of my company is Black Rhino Tactical LLC. It's a legit company. You know, you can go look us up. Webpage is coming. But my goal and what I'm doing and what I'm building right now with this company is gonna be building a range. I'm gonna be doing courses, teaching people basic pistol, basic rifle, basic shotgun. I'm gonna be starting off just running through the basics with people, and I really want to cater towards our people in our community, because every other community that wants to do it does it, and no one says shit about it. You know what I'm saying? And the image of a Black person holding a gun should be one sort of like, oh, it's a thug or shit like that. So when you think of a Black dude with a gun, that's not something you don't think action hero or someone defending your family. You think, oh, this thing about to get robbed.
Right. I did it. I bought my shotgun and then I joined NAGA.
Mm-hmm.
I did. I am a member of NAGA, whatever you want to call it.
That's
the Black NRA, the National African American Gun Association.
I don't know why I was thinking of the other one, the NAFTA, the Not Fucking Around Coalition.
I think I should join them too. I'm also a proud member of the 420 party. Shout out to Redman. I'm also a proud member of the 420 party.
Even though according to the federal government, you're not allowed to smoke weed and own a gun.
Well, in this state, in Pennsylvania, the rule is if you have a medical marijuana card, you cannot have a concealed carry permit.
Yeah, and also that means I wouldn't. If I had a medical marijuana card, I couldn't get an SFL license.
Yes, and I think that's bullshit. Because I could be drunk as a skunk or high on opiates and have guns, but I can't smoke a joint. Get the fuck out of here. Like, that's that bullshit.
Exactly. But, so like I said, we'll be doing training. I'm looking at getting some land. I want an outdoor range. When you shoot, you got to shoot outdoors. Shooting outdoors really prepares you for shooting, I feel.
Yeah.
We build custom rifles as well, like I said earlier. Did I say that earlier? I don't know.
No, you didn't say that yet, but I do have a real, now, like, this is something that I haven't really talked about. I was at a gun range over here, and I was using my shotgun. Now, luckily, I use ammo that is designed to have less spread on a shotgun. I use those shells that are designed to have less spread.
Or is it an indoor range?
It's outdoor range.
Okay,
but,
so you should be use birdshot.
Well, I was using what I was using was birdshot at the time, thankfully. But I accidentally shot while somebody was down range. Yes.
So if that was my range, I would fuck you up.
Yep.
I promise you, God, bro. Am I allowed to curse on this one? Oh
yeah, you're allowed. and the reason
fuck up like that in the service, bro, you're getting
court-martialed. You're court-martialed.
Not even court-martialed, because they can understand a mistake, but not. They're gonna fuck you up. You're gonna get stomped the fuck out.
I believe that.
If that's me that was down there. When I come back down, I'm fucking you up.
And
you were so lucky I wasn't a friend. I would have fucked you up.
Yo, you know what? I swear, and this is why I wanted to put that out there, because I'm very honest about that. I felt horrible, and I'm thankful nobody got hurt. But the dude, and mind you, I went up to the dudes, and if the dude, listen, if the dude had snuffed me out, I'd have been okay with it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's because you didn't get trained properly. And I think anybody, before you purchase a gun, if you've never fired a gun, there's nothing wrong with it. Go sit your ass in a fucking safety class.
Right. Right.
They got Groupons for them all the fucking time. You know what I'm saying?
And
I shoot, and I know weapon safety. I'm actually gonna go sit in one because I'm trying to become an instructor myself to get my certification.
right.
I want to see how to do the classes and stuff like that. So now I'm gonna go sit in one, and my wife is gonna go through because she's never been through one. But I've taken her to shoot,
Yeah.
and she knows proper gun safety just because she shot when she was younger, and she's going shooting with me, and I'm big
Right.
on gun safety.
And
So
I'm
and
like,
my boy Joe is big on gun safety, who wants to shoot with us one day.
and
Shout out to Chosen Tactical.
and for me, I was like, so I have to own up to that mistake. And I definitely have, and I haven't been back to the range since, honestly, but I definitely because truth is that scared me. You know what I'm saying? And
You just gotta. Is it a public range? Like
yeah,
owned by the state?
owned by the state. It's Toby Hanna State Park.
So it's free.
Yeah.
Okay, so normally their websites would have a list of rules, regulations, and shit like that of what you do and what you don't do. All right, and then I'll run through some real quick shit with you right now. Like when you're on a range, when you need to go down range to go adjust your target, change your target, or put a target up, you yell out the top of your fucking lungs. Don't have no little bitch in your voice, just top of your lungs.
Going down
like,
range.
Like cease fire.
Right.
Don't even say going down range. Cease fire. When people hear cease fire, any shit, they're going to stop fucking shooting. And when they stop shooting, my wife walking by butt naked. Ow. So, yo, ceasefire. Anybody that hears ceasefire is going to stop shooting. Once the last shot is there, they're all going to take their earpieces off, whatever. You're like, I'm going to say, I'm just trying to go down range and put my target up. Or go adjust my target, this or that or whatever. At any point in time, it don't matter when, just yell ceasefire. Don't be an asshole and yell ceasefire every fucking 5 seconds or some shit like that.
Right.
But yell ceasefire. And that's it. And when you hear ceasefire, you stop shooting, you can pull your ear protection off real quick. I suggest you get I have mine with me, but some headphones that you just turn them and it cancels and turns the noise in and out.
Right.
You turn it off.
I've just been using the earplugs. I was just using the plugs.
They've got way better shit out there, man. I mean, earplugs, yeah, of course, when you're in a pinch, but get you some good cans for your head, for your ears. Your ears, you need your ears. Those earplugs aren't the greatest.
They're not.
You know what I'm saying?
No.
You don't see the fucking 3M plug lawsuit, military lawsuit floating around all over.
Yes, I do.
Stop using this shit. You know what I'm saying? But get some fucking real ear protection. Walmart has decent ear protection.
Oh yeah. I got the good eyeglasses and all that, and
eye ear protection. That's it.
Right.
So you need. You know what I'm saying? And then, like I said, once you know we're up and running, you know, we'll come. I'll come through there, man. I'll run you through the fucking drill.
Listen, that's exactly what I need. Because the truth is, I want to learn how to hunt, but I want to bow hunt.
That's on my list of things to do.
Yeah.
And my boy Kenneth, he up in Charlotte. He went boar hunting with nothing but a fucking big ass knife.
Oh, nice! I'm with it.
And I'm back. I'm about to go back into the gym. I got some pre-workout powder tomorrow morning. Going to the fucking gym.
Use which one you got?
I was at Target, so I just grabbed some C4.
Yo, no. That shit is mad sugary and it's not gonna give you shit. Get the one from BPI.
Okay, you gotta send me the info.
I got you. If you go on my Instagram, I definitely got a post about they shit. I use the BPI one, and their amino, and then I use the aminos after.
Yeah,
phenomenal. I am literally in the best shape of my fucking life.
Oh, I'm in the worst shape of my fucking life.
Listen, I'm at my high school weight of 190. I'm just trying to lose the rest of this little bit of gut I got here. And unfortunately, that's because I like food. I like my food, man. I like to cook. Bread and pasta are my bane.
You got to get rid of them. Go count.
I know. and sugar.
My wife has gestational diabetes with the pregnancy. So she had with the lactose as well, so we know how to manage it. So now we're about to switch to keto. Not keto, I say keto.
Keto?
Yeah. So we're gonna switch to keto. So I'm gonna get the cookbook. I seen one from this dude on Facebook. I see all the time. Dude named Darius. So I'm gonna get his cookbook, and that dude cooks like dope ass like food, like black people food. So
right. Well, I ain't gonna lie. I don't. One thing I don't cook with is a lot of salt. I don't. I don't eat a lot of dairy. No, I don't eat cheese. I don't eat cheese. I don't drink milk.
I'm lactose intolerant, but I love me some ice cream.
Oh, of course, I love ice cream too. But all humans are lactose intolerant because we're fucking humans and not cows.
I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. It tastes good.
I couldn't tell you. The only cheese I've ever had is on pizza. And fuck margaritas. Gabby's got the best pizza. You tell your girl I said, Gabby's got the best fucking pizza. Fuck margaritas.
And I'm going to be bold to even say this. El Gantes and Rockaways is better than Gabby.
Fuck that. You bullshit. You bullshit.
I had margaritas, whatever, last time I was in New York, and it wasn't that impressive.
It's not. Fuck margaritas, yo. Gabby's, B. Big G. Big G.
When I go back to New York end of this month, we going to Gabby. What?
That's right. Yeah. Gabby, son. Yo, straight cheese. I'm going to New York for my birthday of August. I'm going to Gabby's, damn it.
What?
Damn, that's the loudest she been. Yo, I'm mad. That is the loudest she's been the whole time. We were talking about all sorts of crazy shit. She got mad about that.
Oh yeah. I don't talk shit about Christianity and everything. She get mad about Gabby versus
about Gabby.
No, it's not. You just say that because you're from Southside. What? Okay, and you ain't letting no matter of fact, yeah, that is right. And you went there every time we was over there. Because it was good. Because you could have went to the halal court down the street.
First ever marital argument on the Just to Be Frank podcast. We make history, baby. Woo! Make sure you like, subscribe, and share, motherfuckers.
Yeah, like. And I said it, and then if anybody in Queens got a problem with it, you know what
I'm saying. I'm Gabby's all day. I love margaritas. They got good shit, but it ain't fucking with Gabby's. Word up. Word up.
You know what I'm saying?
But anyway, yeah. So yeah, no, we're not supposed to be eating that shit anyway. So
yeah, well, I mean, yeah, so like I mean, even with my wife's diabetes during this pregnancy, it just like kind of made me think like we do need to change our diet. Like, you know, when we do eat out from like actual restaurants and not like fast food places. Like last time we had Indian food.
Good shit.
I had some shit called, I think it was Goat Joe Rogan. Was that the name of it?
What?
I shit you not. If I gotta put the fuck up. I swear to God, Joe Rogan got a fucking goat meal named after him.
Joe Rogan goat meal. He got a goat meal. Yo, you know what's funny? If you refined sugars, of course, are terrible. Yeah. I like coconut sugar. I actually do enjoy that. I drink a lot of coffee, so I've been using this oat milk creamer because my girl likes that shit.
It's very rare that I put cream in my coffee or even milk or anything. I like my coffee black.
Me too. And people think I'm fucking crazy, and I drink Bustelo.
And the fact of the matter is, yeah, me too. And the fact of the matter is that I'm a real blooded, black and Hispanic fucking man with a fucking huge set of fucking man parts. So I can drink fucking black coffee, and I drink my coffee extremely strong. My wife drinks her coffee extremely strong. She just likes a little bit of cream.
Oh no,
You have to add sugar because it's already fucking sweet.
yeah. See, I can't do sugar, and because I used to be almost 300 pounds, and I don't ever want to be 300 pounds again.
You got kind of hefty. See, I'm at 221. At
I
one
was
point, I was
listen.
never more than 175. So
I'm
trying to get down to at least 190 because I'm considered obese at
right. That's where listen. I was just where you're at about 6 months ago, and I started going to the gym. I started using that pre-workout shit. Shout out to my brother Sin Knowledge because he's the one that influenced me to do it. Because I wouldn't have done it if he hadn't pushed me to do it. And
that you start calling me every single fucking morning at like 6, like, yo, Mike, get up, go to the fucking gym.
I mean, I'm awake.
Okay, bro, I need it because
I wake up at 3:30 every morning.
When I lived in my other town and I wasn't close enough to a gym, I bought workout equipment. I bought Red Fit. It was like a with resistant band shit you could put in the door, do all kinds of shit. About 180 pounds of resistance. Got that, got the workout video, ain't never used one.
That's how it be.
Now I'm at my new apartment complex and I have a gym. It's not the greatest gym, but it has enough. It has a treadmill, it has a bench press machine, it has some dumbbells, it has curling bars, it has this other machine with a fucking table.
Does it have an elliptical?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll tell you right now, start with the elliptical. Don't go with the treadmill first. Start with the elliptical because it's going to allow for more movement of your joints and less stress on them as you do it. You know what I'm saying? If it has a setting where you could put it to like hills or something like that, always do those. So it's always a good look to run up and down a proverbial mountain on that shit, right?
I mean, I need to go ahead and get a Planet Fitness membership.
Listen, that's what I got.
When she dropped the baby, we gotta get ourselves new beach ready because next summer we going someplace that got new beaches, right, baby? Next summer we going somewhere that got new beaches. We gonna get body right.
Yo, start with the elliptical, and then after your elliptical, take the kettlebells, right?
We don't got kettlebells there, but I can order one. I seen
order like 230 pound, order one or two 30-pound kettlebells.
I got one down on Amazon that you can select the weight.
Right. So get the kettlebells and just do lifts like you're squatting and lifting it up, boom, boom, like, and do that like 10 reps each side. Rest, do another 10, because what it does is that's going to allow you to sweat and get rid of it. If you want to, I got this fucking vest from this company called Coolio. Shout out to Coolio.
I'm ordering. I gotta get a new plate carrier anyway. So I'm going to get one. I'm going to go to AR500 to get a plate carrier.
Okay, I got a sauna vest, which like
use sizzle so I can pay as I fucking go. But they have, so it'll serve as a double purpose for me.
Wait, what?
Use it tactically on the range, and then I can put weights in it, and I can work out with it. So
I got a weighted vest. I definitely wear my little weighted vest. Wait, what's the one you use? Because I use Quad Pay, and I knew at some point they were gonna put fucking layaway online.
Every site normally uses a different set, but they use several. If you go to AR500, bro, you need to invest some body armor anyway.
Oh yeah. You know, it's funny. It's funny you say that because, you know, when we were growing up, we was always taught or learned that having a bulletproof vest was illegal type shit. You know.
Oh, in the state of New York it is.
Huh?
I think in the state of New York it actually is.
Ain't that some fucking shit?
But owning a plate carrier is not illegal.
Okay. So like a flak jacket that you could put plates in.
Exactly. So a plate carrier is not necessarily made of Kevlar or any bulletproof fiber.
Right.
You them made that way. I mean, it costs a little bit more money, but you can get them made that way.
Oh yeah.
But it's not body armor until you add plates into it.
Right.
And your plates aren't considered body armor neither. Ceramic plates, I mean, it's body armor, but ceramic plates too, like they fall inside a loophole.
Right. Because ceramic is technically, you could get ceramic plates and it could be tile almost.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't put fucking tiles in your fucking
No, I wouldn't either. That's stupid. But
don't put fucking tile in your plate there. It's not gonna fucking work.
it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. It's gonna hurt. Please don't shoot yourselves with tiles in your fucking jacket. You're gonna die. Like, don't listen to us. I'm drunk and high right now.
You get some raised fucking body armor. It's gonna fucking be crazy. But like one of the things I want to do, like with Black Vinyl Tactical, is get like instructors, because I got some dudes I got my eye on already, like Rangers and shit like that, and some Army buddies and some Air Force guys who we've all seen some shit. They'll remember how to kick indoors, clear some room, and we're gonna teach people how to really fucking shoot, and not just teach you how to shoot when you go to an indoor range, you stand there and you go bang, bang, bang. That's not teaching someone to fucking shoot. When you're in a real world situation, you're going to be moving, you're going to be breathing, you're going to be doing a whole lot of shit when you're shooting. If a mass shooting incident happens right now, your first reaction when you say gunshot fire is to run. As a civilian, is to run, right? Maybe to draw as well. But you're not going to run towards the danger. You're going to run away from the danger, hoping that if you run into any more danger, you're going to clear your fucking way.
Right.
But you're not going to do that standing. You're going to do that you're going to be moving. You're not going to be standing.
Right. You're going to be.
You don't have to fucking move and shoot.
Right. And this is what I'm saying about training the police in a way where they have these real world situations and they can get this real world training that would allow them to actually, and community policing starts with people coming from the community.
In Fort Knox is a fucking training base. And they got the motherfuckers from Disney to do the special effects for fucking Disney. They came in there and did the fucking special effects for a training fucking ground of a mock city of an Afghani fucking village. With RPG fire, real flames, explosions, and we're using simunition fucking rounds, which are chalk rounds, against each other. And the military created that shit. And we go by the lowest fucking budget.
Right.
Whoever was the cheapest, who the fuck we went with. So, and it was Disney, so I'm pretty sure they probably did that shit for fucking free. They get people from the local town that they sell out a little bit of cash to, or who just are just good old American fucking boys and girls who do it for free. They become the participants. Civilians walking around, so it has that real feel of when you're down there. You mean to tell me we can create that shit in the military, but you guys can't create that shit?
Well, think about it like this. There's a lot of things that are, there's a lot of things that are used for military applications that are not necessarily utilized for the public sector, right?
They can just go down to fucking NYU to the theater department, grab a bunch of them kids from the theater department, say, hey, this is some fucking credit for your fucking class. Set up a fucking model buildings. We have all those abandoned buildings and abandoned houses in fucking New York. Fix them up, set them as fucking training grounds. If you're not going to turn them into actual homes, the homeless, at least use them in some ways to fucking train your police force. They go in there and they run fucking drills.
They will.
When I was in training to become a military police in the Air Force, we ran through training scenarios of like, with not just our peers, with like strangers we don't know.
Right. So you don't recognize them, and it's real world scenario.
Yeah, they said run it as if this is real. You don't know the person, you have no connection. They're gonna fight you. They're gonna claw at you. They're gonna do everything that they're supposed to do in a situation, and you have to learn how to deal with it in a professional manner.
Right.
Because you got rules of engagement in fucking combat. In war, we have rules of engagement.
Right.
Too much to try to hurt.
the
Literally, you
Geneva
have to be shooting at-
Convention.
And then you have to be sure that they're shooting in your fucking direction. You just can't hear a gunshot and then just start fucking shooting. No,
Right.
you heard a gunshot. Was that bullet coming at you?
Right.
So you gotta really wait to either someone gets shot or you can really tell the bullet's coming at you because it wouldn't pass the fucking in.
So in essence, it's a very nuanced argument, and there are very many and varied factors involved.
It's hard that the military has more self-control in combat than a civilian police force has in their own neighborhood.
Very true. But you'll find that a lot of the people that become police officers are indeed former military, right?
Yeah.
So is it that...
And because when they were in the military, guess what? They were still good old boys.
Right.
It didn't fucking change. They just knew by going into the military first, when they got back home, that they would be then accepted into the police force because, hey, guess what? He served our country. And what does the South love? The fucking veterans. I can drive anywhere in North Carolina and almost certainly find a lot of places in like Walmart and shit. They got fucking veteran parking.
They have better what?
They have a sign that's right next to me, sometimes with a handicap section would have been, and it says veteran parking. If you are a veteran, you served in the military, you can park here for easier access to the store. Now, everybody fucking parks there. No one really gives a shit about fucking veterans, but it's a nice fucking gesture. But it's there.
That's crazy. You know, you know what? The world, you know what's funny? It's like everywhere you go is vastly different when it comes to guns. You know what I'm saying? Like every state has their own laws, but there are still federal laws. Like,
but I ain't gonna lie,
cannabis is legal.
This Snoop Dogg shit, bro.
Was that Cali Red, Snoop Dogg's wine?
Yeah, the 19 Crimes one.
19 Crimes, shout out to Snoop Dogg.
As somebody got convicted of some fucked up crimes. The other two, I seen two others in the store that had some white boys on there though. But I seen Snoop and I was like, I'm coming on Frank's show. I know Frank likes Snoop. If I remember correctly from high school, Frank fucked with Snoop Hard Body.
Oh, Hard Body, baby. Come on now. I still listen to Doggy Style now.
I looked at Snoop and I was like, that's Frank.
Listen, let me tell you something. I still listen to 90s hip hop and R&B like it's 1992, goddammit. I don't give a fuck.
19 Crimes, one here right now, just in case this shit go viral. Frank, you about to get a fat ass check if this ever go viral.
I'll take the sponsor. I'll take the sponsorship. I'll take it. But listen, man. We're gonna do this again, good brother. But I'm gonna let you go. Hang out with your wife. Make sure she's, good and everything. You know what I'm saying? Take care of that. But I want to thank you so much for coming on, brother.
I appreciate that, brother. Yo, I can't wait to do this again with you, man. It's good. We get to chop it up, talk shit.
Well, hopefully the next time we do this, we can do it in person somehow. Either I'm coming down there or y'all gotta come up here to PA. However we work it out, we can do that. But when you open the range or however you work it out, let me know. We'll bring you back on so we can advertise and get everything going. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, or if you just feel like talking, shit. Just feel like talking.
I love talking.
You just want to talk shit.
My wife don't let me talk shit that much, so I think she's gonna give me a restriction of like how much shit I can talk. So I guess I'll just use my shit talking restriction with Frank and talk shit on Frank's podcast.
That's right, because on this show we believe in the First Amendment, damn it. And if the First Amendment don't work out, that's what the Second Amendment is for.
City bang bang, motherfuckers.
Yo, man, again, thank you so much, brother. For Mike Mcfly Jones, ladies and gentlemen, I am, of course, your boy Frank Starfire. I want to thank you so much for joining me. This has been the Just to Be Frank podcast. One love, abracadabra, peace.
Deuces.
Yeah.